A city-state is an independent sovereign city which serves as the center of political, economic, and cultural life over its contiguous territory. They have existed in many parts of the world since the dawn of history, including cities such as Rome, Athens, Sparta, Carthage, and the Italian city-states during the Middle Ages and Renaissance, such as Florence, Venice, Genoa and Milan. With the rise of nation-states worldwide, only a few modern sovereign city-states exist, with some disagreement as to which qualify. Monaco, Singapore, and Vatican City are most commonly accepted as such. Singapore is the clearest example, with full self-governance, its own currency, a robust military, and a population of 5.6 million. Several non-sovereign cities enjoy a high degree of autonomy, and are sometimes considered city-states. Macau, Hong Kong, and members of the United Arab Emirates, most notably Dubai and Abu Dhabi, are often cited as such. Historical city-states included Sumerian cities such as Uruk and Ur, ancient Egyptian city-states, such as Thebes and Memphis, the Phoenician cities, the Italian city-states from the Middle Ages to the early modern period, such as Florence, Siena, Ferrara, Milan and Genoa and Venice, which have become powerful thalassocracies, the Mayan and other cultures of pre-Columbian Mesoamerica, the Central Asian cities along the Silk Road, the city-states of the Swahili coast, Ragusa, states of the medieval Russian lands such as Novgorod and Pskov, and many others. Danish historian Paul Holm has classed the Viking colonial cities in medieval Ireland, most importantly Dublin, as city-states. In Cyprus, the Phoenician settlement of Kishon was a city-state that existed from around 800 BC until the end of the 4th century BC. Some of the most well-known examples of city-state culture in human history are the ancient Greek city-states and the merchant city-states of Renaissance Italy, which organized themselves as independent centers. The success of regional units coexisting as autonomous actors in loose geographical and cultural unity, as in Italy and Greece, often prevented their amalgamation into larger national units. However, such small political entities often survived only for short periods because they lacked the resources to defend themselves against incursions by larger states. Thus they inevitably gave way to larger organizations of society, including the empire and the nation-state. In the history of mainland Southeast Asia, aristocratic groups, Buddhist leaders, and others organized settlements into autonomous or semi-autonomous city-states. These were referred to as muam, and were usually related in a tributary relationship now described as Mandala or as overlapping sovereignty, in which smaller city-states paid tribute to larger ones that paid tribute to still larger ones, until reaching the apex in cities like Ayutthaya, Bagan, Bangkok and others that served as centers of Southeast Asian royalty. The system existed until the 19th century, when colonization by European powers occurred. Siam, a regional power at the time, needed to define their territories for negotiation with the European powers, so the Siamese government established a nation-state system, incorporated their tributary cities into their territory and abolished the muam and the tributary system. In early Philippine history, the barangay was a complex socio-political unit which scholars have historically considered the dominant organizational pattern among the various peoples of the Philippine archipelago. These socio-political units were sometimes also referred to as barangay states, but are more properly referred to using the technical term polity. Evidence suggests a considerable degree of independence as city-states ruled by datus, rajas and sultans. Early chroniclers record that the name evolved from the term balangay, which refers to a plank boat widely used by various cultures of the Philippine archipelago prior to the arrival of European colonizers. In the Holy Roman Empire, the Decapole in the Alsace, or the Old Swiss Confederacy, the Swiss cantons of Zurich, Bern, Lucerne, Fribourg, Solothurn, Basel, Schaffhausen, and Geneva originated as city-states. After the dissolution of the Holy Roman Empire in 1806, some cities, then members of different confederacies, officially became sovereign city-states. such as the free Hanseatic city of Bremen, the free and Hanseatic city of Lübeck, which, while falling short of an independent sovereignty, had many attributes of a city-state. In northern and central Italy during the medieval and Renaissance periods, city-states, with various amounts of associated land, became the standard form of polity. Some of them, despite being de facto independent states, were formerly part of the Holy Roman Empire. The era of the Italian states, in particular from the 11th century to the 15th century, was characterized by the remarkable economic development, trade,